Hey, I got a question for you guys. How's World of Warcraft WoW Classic been? Any better? Any noticeable difference, or you guys already think it's kind of dying out? Yeah, but they made it like harder, you know. You guys didn't feel? Did you guys feel the difficulty or increase at all? Did you guys get far? So what's the plan with Classic now? What's the big difference this time around that they want to do? They said they want to do seasons or something. OG Classic's dead. Psalm Classic is underway and very active. TBC is still pretty active for Raiders. What's Psalm Classic? Season of Mastery, okay. There's an event going on called Hardcore Road to Rag where a whole group kills Rag and without dying at all. How do you get involved in that? Is that what S-Fan's doing? It's actually really fun. You make a character on the hardcore server and you're in. Don't die at all from 1 to 60. That sounds fun. What about PvP? I imagine it's PvE only. You just start leveling and play and you'll get into a group. If you never die, you don't trade / use auction house. You can play on a PvP server if you want, but I wouldn't. There's no way that there's hardcore PvP servers. They're just like, they'd be barren. That'd be a wasteland. There'd be rogues everywhere. Wait, are you saying there's people doing it with PvP flagged? Is that how that would work? I don't understand what you mean. There's people doing it. Wow, people actually try to do that. Imagine how fucking mind-bending it would be if you were just trying to survive PvE and there's just a rogue that just fucking ambush crits you and it's over. Hardcore as you die, you delete. Wait a second. It's not official. It's just something people do. It's a community-driven game style. Gotcha.
Hey guys and gals, and welcome to a guide to hardcore. We'll be going over tips, tricks, and general practices to help you along this grueling journey.
ClassicHC.net.
Hey guys and gals, and welcome to a guide to hardcore. We'll be going over tips, tricks, and general practices to help you along this grueling journey. As a disclaimer, most of the things covered in this guide will be things that most players already know about, typically keeping them in the back of our minds as general knowledge. But given the nature of the hardcore challenge, I'd advise you to try to keep these things in the front of your mind while pursuing the journey ahead. And to let this guide serve both as a reminder of these things, and hopefully provide some general tips and tricks to help you along the way. While I will have a lot of data pulled straight from the game files, I'll also be throwing in my opinions here and there. As you should always do in normal life, take everything I say with a grain of salt. I'll have timestamps in the description below if you'd like to skip around, and a link to the written guide as well. The Hardcore Challenge is a community-driven challenge that asks a simple question. Do you have what it takes to get from 1 to 60 by yourself without dying? Seems simple at first, but then you slowly start to realize how difficult the journey is going to be. Like previous community challenges brought up in the past, such as the Iron Man challenge, the Hardcore Challenge pushes players to the max by breaking the meta, by ignoring the conventional, by taking the difficult route skipped by most players. When a game is out for so long, players tend to start finding ways to bypass everything they can in order to make part of the game easier, or in this case, faster. And by doing so, we tend to lose that sense of fun we had in the game before everything about it got optimized. These metas create an unspoken voice that as the collective say, this isn't fun, here's how to skip it. And while there's a small sense of joy knowing that you can skip so much and get to the endgame content faster, there's also a larger sense of disconnect from the game. Newer players will come in and through the natural process that happens when integrating into a large community, will be dragged into this new meta and start following along blindly.
That's me!
The current leveling meta present in Classic essentially takes away over half of the content available to players, while subconsciously stating that it's long and boring. And while there's still a lot to do at max level, you can quickly get bored of it if you've only experienced half of the game. The Hardcore Challenge aims to fix this issue by reintroducing a major part of the game to players with a new twist, essentially bringing back that element of fun.
It's like Sword Art Online shit, baby.
As with any challenge, there are a set of rules you have to follow. The rule set is pretty simple and may go through some changes here or there for easier clarification, but as of the making of this video, these are the current rules in effect. You only have one life. If you die, you must delete the character or leave it as a permanent ghost. Deaths due to disconnects that are recorded can be submitted for review, and you may be allowed to keep that character alive and continue on your journey. All of the deaths count though, no matter what the reason. PvP, elevator bosses, fall deaths, even pass parades from other characters. And of course, bullshit like this. All professions and all talents are allowed. You can use all gear that you can
Chad, I wanna do it.
or obtain yourself.
Is that weird?
No matter what the rarity. You're
Sounds
not
fun.
allowed to use the auction house, and you're not allowed to use the mail system. No trading of any kind with any other characters. This includes trading if you're
It
in a
sounds
dungeon
epic
group.
from start to
No
finish.
passing around mage food and water, or warlock health zones.
Can you team up?
No grouping out in the open world, unless you're en route to your hardcore dungeon.
Okay.
This means you're on your own, even for those annoying elite quests.
So you can group up
Full
with
hardcore
somebody
dungeon
while you're
groups
running
are
to a
authorized,
dungeon.
But only one run of each dungeon per character, and each character in the run has to be a hardcore character. The maximum authorized character level to run a dungeon can be found on the dungeon's meeting zone.
So I got a question. Is there like specific servers that you guys like to play on as your community? Your community, you're like, all right, we're all going to go here. Okay, so it's possible to find groups like this, is that what you're saying? Probably not easy, but okay. Dude, that sounds... Why does it sound fun to me?
If you're not sure whether or not you can run that dungeon, check out the meeting stone outside. It'll list the level range in which you're allowed to enter that dungeon as a hardcore character. Dungeon quests are authorized. Warlocks can't res via soulstone. Shamans can't res via Ankh.
Mod for the
Paladins
classic
can't bubble
HC
hearth.
community here. Any questions?
Paladins can't
60.
bubble hearth!
You're in your freedom and become a full-fledged character with insane bragging rights. You can trade, use the auction house, or even just jump off a cliff just to celebrate.
So if you hit 60, the hardcore journey's over.
They're using the auto unstuck feature to teleport
Wait, that
to
sounds
major
boring. That sounds boring. What about Molten Core?
cities. The auto unstuck feature kills your character and puts them at
Maybe
the
it's not
nearest
big enough?
graveyard. This counts as a death and you will have to delete that character. Instead, if you ever find yourself in a position where you've truly found yourself stuck,
This is old,
use your
okay.
Hearthstone. And if it has a cooldown still, simply log out for the required time. Your Hearthstone cooldown will continue to pass even when logged out.
Ragnos
You
is
must
the
record
goal.
the journey locally or stream it.
Oh.
This is important because in order to be recognized as a legit run, it must be verified. Now this doesn't mean you absolutely have to record or stream the run.
Can you just imagine that MC run, bro? Like, someone would troll? I don't think so. I think if you got a full hardcore group, like, everyone's in the same boat. Everyone's fucking got their butts clenched, you know? Nobody wants anyone to die, right? I wouldn't. Even if you were a healer, you wouldn't want someone to die. I'll tell you what, chat. I'm going to look into this.
To the Discord. The Death
Oh,
Clips
thanks, brother.
channel is pretty fun.
I'm going to take a look at that, chat. I'm going to get offline, though. It's been 11 hours. It's been a long day. I woke up early. I'm going to go hang out with the girlfriend and kind of gander into this. See, it's very interesting to me. I like that kind of shit, you know what I mean? I'm a big Sword Art Online fan. And, you know, that's kind of, it's a hardcore ones always kind of remind me of that. I'm looking into this a little bit more. I mean, I'm gonna raise this concern to Smokey and see what his thoughts are. All right. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, boys. You guys have been incredible. Doing a hardcore in a random MMO would be even funnier. Yeah, but the community behind it makes it more epic. This way, like when you do stuff, a dungeon with a group, and they're also hardcore characters, like they're coming, like they understand the depth. You know what I mean? And that to me sounds fun. You know what I mean? When someone dies, it's no joke. It's cool, dude. So yeah, I'm gonna try that. I might make a character. I'm gonna look into some characters that I might consider, and yeah, this might be a thing that I do on my own time. To be honest with you, it sounds fun.